All right, now, in our last class, we worked through the first 3 lessons for Kazam, and, not Kazam, sorry, that's the recording software I'm using here. We worked through the first 3 lessons for the Vim Tutor, and we are going to pick up where we left off. I think it will be useful to go ahead and do a bit more with this. I'm going to enlarge my screen. Let's start off with that. Okay, and I think I want to, you can see it. Here's the thing. The stuff in the latter part of this Vim Tutor is more advanced, and you may feel a little overwhelmed, maybe not, depending on how comfortable you are with this, but basically it's practice, 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 and I feel like this will give you an opportunity to practice just basic navigation and basic commands while we work our way through it, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with that, the Vim Tutor, okay? And we're back in it, okay? Now you may recall that we were in, we had just finished lesson 3, okay? Now, if you want to jump to where we were, we can do that using the /. Okay, so that's one thing I think that's actually even mentioned in the next lesson. Some of you may be aware of how you can use the / to search through a file from looking at the manual online. When you type man and then some command and you want to find something, you can, within it, like, because it's a big, long description in the manual, you can use this to search for whatever character strings you want. So I'm going to look for summary, okay, and then do enter, and what did it find? It got me to this word summary right here, okay? Now I notice that the lesson 1 summary is written with capital letters, right? So if I do N, it's going to find the next instance of the word summary, and it tells me there aren't any more, okay? So one of the things this tells you is when you use search, it is case sensitive, okay? Now really I wanted to get to the end of lesson 3, so it appears that I'm going to have to search using capital summary, like that, okay? So I'm going to enter and then type N for the next one and N for the next one, and here we are right where we want to be. And so then after that you can just use navigation keys to keep going, okay? And then you're not searching anymore, okay? So let me go down here. We're going to go down into lesson 4. Okay, so this is cursor location and file status. So let's look at this. All right, type Control-G to show your location in the file and file status. Okay, Control-G. There aren't too many cases where control characters are used in Vim, but we can just go ahead and see that. All right, so it's showing us that right now, at least for me, my cursor is at line 507, okay, which is useful to know. It even tells me what column the cursor is in, okay? So that's nice to know sometimes. Okay, it's not going away. That's all right. Now, if I want to, let's see, I can type G to move to a line in the file. Okay, but let's get to this. Okay, if I want to move to the bottom of the file, then I type capital G. Okay, and that puts me supposedly down at the bottom. Oh, it's not doing that. I wonder why. Okay, let me go back to let me do escape. Still not doing it. Okay, I think I'm going to have to. Okay, let's just do. I'm going to do W. Okay, now I'm going to do capital G. It should take me to the bottom of the file. Why is, oh, it is at the bottom of the file. Oh, okay, fine. I'm at the bottom of the file. Now, if I want to go back up, I'm going to type lowercase gg. Okay, and it brings me up to the top. Okay, so capital G. I'm going to write some of these things on the board like we did last time. Okay, / is what you type when you want to search. Okay, and then within search, okay, I'll put, character string. Okay, search for string. Okay, and I put this within these less than and greater than symbols to indicate that you just put some character string there, right? Now, within search, finds the next instance. Of the string, okay? And then capital G takes you to the bottom of the file, okay? And then lowercase gg takes you to the top of the file, okay? Which might be very useful, especially in a big file, right? All right. Okay, so I have to get back to where I was, so I'm going to use the / again to type summary, because I like doing that. Oops, summary. Okay, and then I find it, and then I find the next one, and here we go. Okay, JJ. I'm just going to go down to where I was. Okay, move me down. Okay, so we talked about the G already. Okay, so we don't have to do every single thing, but if you type the number of the line you were on and then G, okay, I was on line 507. I'm going to type 500, and then I'm going to type a capital G, okay, and that puts me on line 500 of the file, which is right where my cursor is. You can do something like that yourself, okay? You can type, 485, capital G, it puts you there, right? Whoops, core 485. Now I'm going to do 500 again. Capital G. Okay, yes, so put me there. You have to type them in a row, and it will put you on wherever you were, okay? The line that you specify. So number followed by capital G goes to that line. So if you put in some number followed by G, you go to line number. Okay. Again, very good for navigating in a large file. Okay. Down. Let's keep going. Okay, so this is the search command that I did talk about already. All right, so let's just work through what they have here. The / followed by the phrase or the character string to search for the phrase, right? So when you're in the normal mode, meaning the navigation mode, then you type the forward character, okay? And then when you do that, the cursor appear at the bottom of the screen, and then that allows you to type in what you need. So we can do this now, okay? Do the / and then type in ERRROOR and then enter. Okay, there's the word, okay? And then we can find it again there by typing lowercase n. If you want to search backwards, it's capital N, okay? So this is, again, within search. You want to find previous instance of the string. Okay? All right, now if you just want to start off looking for something in the backwards direction, then you can do a question mark instead of the /, and then you can look for the string. I'm going to look for SEARCH. Enter. There it is. Okay. I knew that was up there at the top of the line, so I figured that would be a good way to find it. And you're still in navigation mode, okay, the move mode. Okay, so you just go ahead and do the JJJ. All right. To go back where you came from, you want to press Control O. Control O. Let's see what happens when I do that. Control O. Control O. Control O. Okay, so these are all the various searches that I executed over the last couple of minutes. It keeps track of which ones I actually did. So Control O takes you back to previous searches. So you can keep hitting that and we'll do previous search. Okay, so if you want to redo a search, that's a way that you can do it. All right. Okay, now I'm going to go down. JJJ. Okay, Control I goes forward. Oh, okay, that's if you've pressed Control O already and you've gone back and done a previous search. If you want to then go to a search that's after the search that you're looking at right now, a previous one, you type Control I, okay? All right. Control I. Later search. You have to press this after you've done Control O at least once, or else it won't work. It just moves you forward in the list of the searches that you have done. All right. Okay, now this next lesson, 4.3, is very useful when you're writing code. Okay, this is a way for you to make sure that you have matching parentheses, brackets, or curly braces. Okay, so what we're going to do now is move the cursor down to the line that has the arrow on it. Okay, there it is. Okay, there's the line with the arrow. I'm going to be using J, and I'm going to use K to go back, and then I want to go to the beginning of the line, so I'm going to hit 0. Okay, so I'm going to use L to advance to this parentheses. Now I have my cursor immediately on top of it. I'm going to type the % sign. You know where the % sign is? It's on the 5 key. You shift 5, and then what it does is it finds the matching parenthesis. And then if you hit it again, it'll go back to the other one, so it will toggle back and forth between the two parentheses that match with each other, if there is a match. Okay, so let's go and advance. I'm going to use the W key to advance word by word, because it'll move me through this line a little faster. W, 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 W. There I am at another one of these things. I want to do the same thing again. Toggle. Okay, I'm using the % key to go back and forth, right? W, W, W. Okay, now I'm on a bracket. Now I'm going to use the % key just to check those, okay? W, W. I'm going to do them all. Why not? Okay, so then we use the % key again to toggle back and forth between them. And so it, what happens is the editor keeps track of these pairs, which is useful because, you know, lots of times you're writing code and you have to put in all of these delimiters, and you want to make sure that you didn't make a mistake and leave one out. Okay, so let's go forward now. L, 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 L. So I get to the end, and I can do it from, from any position. Sorry about that. Wrong key. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'm using the % sign like I'm supposed to this time. Then I go forward. Back, back, okay? So that's that one. Okay, so that's the % sign. And this is check matches for parentheses, brackets, and curly braces. Okay, so it takes care of nesting, does the right thing, which is very useful. Okay, all right, let's go on. J, we're going to go down. Yes, very useful for debugging, okay? The thinking is that a lot of the time you could be using VI for anything, but a lot of time it's going to be when you're writing computer code, okay? You can use it anytime you want. All right, now let's look at this substitute command. Look at the top where it describes it. I'm going to put my cursor on there, okay? Look at this. What do you see here? Yeah. That looks like said, doesn't it? We did said before. Okay, so here it is, back to haunt us, right? You're going to see this stuff again because, well, it all kind of pulls together. This is where we're pulling stuff together, right? Where, all right, these various pieces that we've been looking at, you know, we bring them together and use them in an integrated manner, okay? So you can substitute in a file using these sed commands. You do have to go ahead and hit the colon to be able to do it, though, okay? So let's go down. Okay, I'm going to do J, 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 and go down to the line, okay? All right, so we're going to go down to this line, okay? I'm going to go up again, K, and I'm going to go to the beginning of the line, O, all right? Now here we are. I'm going to hit colon. Well, as soon as I hit the colon, all of a sudden, the cursor jumps to the bottom of the screen, right? Now I write my the substitution I want to do, okay? It's S. What am I substituting? The, T-H-E-E. We substitute with T-H-E, okay? And then we do enter, okay? So what happened was the first instance of T-H-E-E was replaced, okay? Great, it did exactly what we wanted to. Now if we want to do all of them, we're going to do this again, colon, S, T-H-E-E / T-H-E, and then we're doing it globally, okay? Right, we know then it will do all of them in the line. Okay, so that took care of all of the misspelled words, the, okay? So that's kind of nice. This helps you to remember these things too, right? You know, we did said, and then here we are using it again. Okay, now we're going to go down, J, 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 to change every occurrence of a character string between two lines. This is the syntax, okay? Let me go back up to it, all right? I'm going to put my cursor on top of this. Okay, again, you have to type a colon, okay? That puts you into the bottom of the screen. Basically, it means you can enter commands when you do that, okay? You're still in Vim, but you have this ability to enter a command like, say, something that has to do with set, all right? Where you have two numbers that you specify between commas. The line numbers are the range of lines where the substitution is to be done. So we've done this before. This is like addressing, right? Okay, that we did with said. The start line and the end line, do the substitution. Okay, J, J, J. Okay, if you want to change, okay, every occurrence in the whole file, all instances, this is the syntax that you use. Okay, this one I don't think we had done before. This is a new one for us, right? After the colon, you put in the percent sign, and then you do the substitution, meaning change all of them, okay? Every instance of old gets changed to new, right? Every instance, right? So we could do something like this if we wanted to, okay? Or the other thing you could do is say, well, that's a little bit risky. I'm not sure that I want to actually just whole hog change all instances of a given string. How about find every occurrence and then ask me if I should substitute or not? Okay, that's another thing that you could do. Maybe there are instances where you do want to substitute and you don't, and others where you don't. So this is the syntax for doing that. Okay, so I can write these down as well. All right, so we have, these are substitutions, right? We have this plain old substitute, right? S, and then you have the old and the new, right? And then you can put a G here if you want, and then enter if you want. Okay, the G is optional, right? And then you can do the S where you have the addresses. When you put the address in, actually I think you put this, you don't put the S in first, right? You put the address. It's the address, the number of the lines, so you're going to need to know the line number that you're looking for, right? The starting one and then the ending one. And then we have S, and then old/new, okay? And then G, do them all, and then enter, right? Okay, and then the other one that you have, right, which is where you want to change everything, it's the percent, okay, and then S with old and new, and then you do G, okay? Now, if you put the C in, it will ask you, okay? It's basically finding things for you, which is kind of nice, okay? You might not want to change any of them. Okay, I'm not going to bother to put enter on these. You know that you have to enter, right? Okay. Continuing. Let's keep going. So that's lesson 4, okay? Control G tells you where you are in the file. So if you want to do a substitution on certain lines, you need to know where you are, okay? Control G is useful for that. And then G is jumping around, okay? You can move to a line number, you can move to the top of the file, the bottom of the file, right? Then the next idea is the searching. Whoops. What did I do? Oh, yeah, okay. Searching, okay? You want to search. I'm going JJJ, okay? And then the percent to find your parens, okay? And then substitutions, which is taken from set, okay? All right. Guys, have any questions so far? I think this is pretty straightforward, this stuff in this lesson. Now, lesson 5 is a bit more complex, okay? This is where you have the ability to execute commands, external commands, while you are in Vim, okay? Now, you can kind of see how we're already doing it, right, by using sed, okay, where you're doing stuff that ordinarily you think, well, I would be doing this on the command line. Here I am doing it while I'm in Vim. I'm doing it to this file while I'm in the file, okay? So, if you want to type, execute an external command, something that you would ordinarily type to the command line, you can do that by putting in the colon, meaning here comes something external, right? And then bang, okay, the exclamation point, right? And then you put the command in. So, for example, let's do this, okay? Okay, I'm going to do the following, colon, and I'm going to do bang like this, ls star dot, I don't know if I have anything like that, let me see, txt, I don't even know if I have any files, I didn't check this, okay, so I might not come back with anything, okay. No such file or directory. Okay, so I didn't have anything in my directory that had that. You know what I should probably do is look. Okay, let me just open up another window, okay, because I didn't think about this ahead of time. Bless you, how this was going to go. All right, let me go like this. All right, so this, I started from my home directory. So when I look at my home directory, I have lots of files, okay? So maybe what I'll do is this. I'll do :bang, okay, and I'm going to do ls*.mp4, okay, so because every time we have class, I record a video of what we do. Okay, so then it shows me, I still have my YouTube player video that I downloaded in the first week of class. It's still there sitting on in my home directory. Okay, so this is a way that you can kind of go check things if you want. You know, you can execute. I just use a simple command like ls to demonstrate how this works. Okay, I'm going to go back and close this now. Okay, so enter. I'm going to type enter. Okay, now I'm back in the lesson. Okay, let's go down. J. Okay. All right, now when you look at the tutor, it's going to make suggestions about what you can type. Okay, but you'll notice that it will give alternate suggestions, and the reason it's doing that, okay, for example, look at instruction 3. It says, as an example, type ls following the bang and then hit enter. This will show you a listing of your directory, and you say, well, duh, okay, I know that already. Okay, now, but then notice it says, or use :bang dir if ls doesn't work. That's because it's possible that somebody's doing the Vim Tutor on some other operating system. Okay, like they decided in making the tutor to not assume that you're on a Linux system, but that's what they typically expect. Okay, so if you see these two different commands that they offer you, pick the one that you recognize. Okay, so all the commands, all these : commands have to be finished by hitting enter. Okay. So that's just implied going forward. All right, let's go on. J. All right, writing files. Okay, so let's say you want to save changes you made to a text, but you don't necessarily want to leave the file. You want to keep editing it, okay? So what you can do is you can, let's say I want to take what we have here, all right? Like I'm going along with this tutor and I say, you know, I'd kind of like to save this in the directory that I'm currently in. So I'm going to do :w and then I'm going to call it my Vim Tutor. Okay? Okay, so it took this file that we're working in, the Vim Tutor, and saved it to the directory that I'm working in now, which is my home directory. Okay, and I can check that to make sure that it's there. I can do :bang ls, and then I'm going to look for my star. Oh, that didn't work. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. So see, this is interesting because I was thinking it didn't work because I saw this MP4 stuff, but all that happened was when I typed that command, it took me out of my Vim Tutor window and put me in this other thing, which is basically just a running list of commands that I typed before, plus the output. Okay, so the thing that I just typed was show me the files that start with my in the current directory, and this is it right here. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, there we go. So, and then when I just hit the enter key, it takes me back to where I was. Okay, so that's, you got to keep that in mind, that when it brings you to that window, it's going to show you whatever you did the last time you executed a command. Okay. Now I can remove that file as follows: :bang rm, just like before. Okay, and then I want to remove my Vim Tutor. Okay. Okay, so now it's gone, and I know that it's gone because I'm going to do this. I'm going to say ls my star, and it's going to tell me there isn't anything. Okay, there's nothing. Enter. Okay. All right. Okay. If we want to save part of a file, this is how we can do it. Okay. we're going to follow these instructions. We select a piece of text that we want to write to a file. Okay, so it says first, number 1, move the cursor to this line. So I'm going to go K, 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 K. Okay, now I'm going to type 0 to put me at the beginning. Okay, now I'm going to press V. Okay, as soon as I hit V, you see at the bottom of the screen it says visual, right? Okay, now I'm going to navigate down. I'm still in movement mode. J, J, J. It says press V and move the cursor to the 5th item below. Notice that the text is highlighted, right? Okay, this is telling me that as I highlight, I am selecting text. Okay, so I am going to, it says move the cursor to the 5th item. It doesn't say where in the 5th item to put it. I'm just going to put it, I'm going to go up, K, like that. So I'm at the 5th item, all right? So let's look back at the instructions. I've highlighted the text, right? And then it says press the colon character, okay? At the bottom of the screen, you see what appears? We have that quote, and then the less than sign, comma, and then another quote and the greater than sign, okay? This indicates that it's time to do the next thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type W and then space TEST. Okay, test is a file name that does not exist yet. Okay, verify that you see this before you press enter. You notice I had no space after that greater than symbol, right? Just the W immediately after, and then a space, and then the word test. Okay, then we'll take the selected lines and we'll write them to the file test. Okay, so let me just do this. Enter. Okay, so we trust that that happened. At the bottom of the screen, it says that 11 lines were written to this new file that did not exist before called test. Okay, I want to make sure that that file is in there, so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to say, okay, colon, bang, ls, and I'm going to type test because I've got a million things in my directory, so I don't want to see everything. Okay, so yes, it shows it to me right at the bottom here, right? There it is. Okay, enter. Okay, so we know it's there. It's got 11 lines in it of text. It's basically these 11 lines that were here on the screen, the top part, right? Okay, we're not going to remove it. We'll need it later. Okay, so V is visual. It's called visual selection because you can see what's going on, right? Visual selection. Okay, it allows you to select some contiguous text that you want to save in a file, okay, which might be very useful. Okay, you move this cursor around, and then you can use an operator to do something with the text. Now, in our case, we used W to write the text, right? But you could delete the text if you wanted to, or do something else to the text. All right, so let's see what else we can do. Let's go down. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try, whoops, I'm going to go up now. K, 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 K. Okay, now I'm here, all right? Let's say I want to delete this line of these tildes, okay? Let's try this. I'm going to do V. I'm in visual, and then I'm going to do J to go down, okay? Now I'm going to hit D. It's gone, okay? That's a quick way to remove a bunch of stuff, right? Just keep it in mind. You want to be careful about what you do stuff, though, okay? Can I undo that? Let me see. Yep, if I hit U, I undo what I just did, which I might need to do if I did it by mistake, okay? All right, let's go on. Retrieving and merging files. To insert the contents of a file, you want to type :R and then the file name, okay? So it says place the cursor just above this line. I'm going to use K to go up, K, 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 K. There we are, okay? And then it says after executing step 2, you will see the text from the previous lesson, okay? Then move down to see this lesson again. So retrieve your test file using this command, :R space TEST. That was the name of the file we had, right? Enter. Okay, so if you look here, you'll see that that's the text that we got before, right? And let's see, what does it say? Yeah, okay. So those are the instructions from the previous lesson. Okay, and if we go down, J, 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 J. Okay. Yep. It got all that. Okay. So that's pulling the contents of a file out and putting them into it's basically you're retrieving. So this is with a colon, right? File. Okay. Retrieve file contents and place that cursor. Okay. J, 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 J. Okay, summary for this one. All right, so this is basically how to execute commands. You'll notice that most of the things that are mentioned here, they start with a colon. Even the visually selected lines, you have to put the colon in when you're going to do something with it. Okay, well, you could. You don't have to, but this is the example that they show. All right. Whoops. Okay. Let's see. K, K, K. Did that already. Sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. I gotta go down. Yeah, okay. Lesson 5. Retrieving and merging files. We did that already. Okay, the summary. Still doing J, J, J. Okay. Next, the open command. This is pretty nice, okay? This allows you to open up some space in the file and put you in insert mode, okay? So they'll show how it works. You can work with lowercase o or uppercase O to do this. So if we move the cursor to the line below the one marked with the arrow, so I'm going to use K to go up to it. The first line below marked with the arrow, right there, okay? Now, if I type lowercase o, it opens up space below, okay? And then it puts me also into insert mode. So I can type, now I will type some text. Okay? All right, and I'm going to go out of insert mode, escape. To open up line above the cursor, you'd use capital O. Okay, so we can use that in the line below. J, 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 J. Okay, now I'm going to shift capital O. Okay, and then now I will type some more words, okay, like that, okay? And I'm still in insert mode, so I want to leave insert mode because I want to navigate again, right? J, 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 J. Okay, so lowercase o opens a line below the cursor. Open, right? So it's a new line, right? And then uppercase O is open a new line above the cursor. Okay? Alrighty. Let's go on. Append. Okay, append is another one that's useful. You want to use lowercase a to insert text after the cursor. Okay, so let's say we go here to the first line below marked with the arrow. That would be this one. Okay, I'm going to go to the beginning using 0, and then it says press E until the cursor is on the end of LI. So E puts you at the end of a word. End of a word, end of a word, end of a word. There we are. Okay, now I would like to put some more text after that I, so I'm typing lowercase a. So the cursor moves immediately to the right by one space, and then I'm put into insert mode, and then I can type my NE, okay, right? And then I'm going to escape because I don't want to be in insert mode anymore, right? And then I'm going to do E to move forward to the next incomplete word, okay? E, end, 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 end. Here I am. Okay, I want to append to this one as well. So I go A. Okay, I'm in insert mode now. Okay, and then I'm going to go escape, and then I'm going to go end again, insert mode, with A and G, okay, and then I'm done. So A is append. A, append at end of word. Okay. Okay, then escape. Let's go on. J, 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 J. Okay. So when you use lowercase a, lowercase I, and capital A, okay, all of those are ways to insert text. They just do slightly different things. We've looked at all of those, okay? And as you go, you're going to get more comfortable using these. It's repetition really is the way that you go with this and get better at it, okay? All right. Replacing, okay? If you want to replace more than one character in a given line, then you want to use capital R for that, okay? Move the cursor to the first line below, marked arrow. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go here. I'm going to use 0 to put myself at the beginning, and then I want to move the cursor to the beginning of the first XXX. Wait, I want to go down a little bit first before I do this because I need to see what I'm supposed to be typing. There we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use word, word, word. That's W, 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 W. Here I am. Okay, now I'm going to use capital R. Okay, see how replace, now the word replace appears at the bottom. I'm going to type 456. Okay, so I'm in insert mode. It destroys, it obliterates what was there before. Okay, and now I'm all set. I need to leave this mode because this is an insert mode. So I hit escape. Okay, and then I'm going to do word, 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 W, W, W. I'm at the next one that I want to change. Capital R, and now I type 579. Okay? Capital R. Replace multiple characters. Replace more than one character. Okay, lowercase r is great for replacing one character, which is often all you need to do. Okay? All right, but when I see that word replace at the bottom, this tells me I've got to escape to get out of that mode. Okay? All right, now J, J, J. J. Okay, so it's like insert mode, but every type character deletes an existing character. So it's combines operations in a convenient way. Okay, copy and paste text. This is one you're going to want to know about. Okay, the Y operator copies text. I don't know why they use that letter, except they use the word yank to refer to copying text. That's the idea here. Okay, when people talk about Vim and they're good at it, they talk about yanking text. Okay. So you use that for copying, and P to paste it. P is to paste is more intuitive, I think. All right, so let's go ahead and move the cursor. I'm already beyond this line KK, and I'm going to go to the beginning of the line using 0, okay? Place the cursor just after the A. So I'm going to go word with W, word, here I am, okay? And then LL, okay? I'm here now just after the A with the paren, okay? Start with visual mode with V, okay? So now I type V, I'm in visual mode, and move the cursor to just before the word first. So I'm going to use W to do that. W, 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 W. Okay, now I need to move it back a little bit because I went a little bit too far. I want to put it there. I used H to move me to the left one place, okay? So this is the highlighted text that I want to copy. So now I yank it with a Y, okay? And then move the cursor to the end of the next line. J takes me to the next line. $sign takes me to the end of the line. Does it look like we're at the end of the line? I would say no, but we are, okay? I want to paste the text, P, okay? I want to now append, okay? Whoops, I did the wrong thing, sorry, okay. A, okay, second. All right, and then escape. All right, now I want to use visual mode to select items. So what I'm going to do now is navigate to the word item using K and then H to go back. Okay, here I am, and I want to select this with V, V, okay, and then I'm going to go L, 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 L. Okay, I think I've selected everything. Yep, I'm going to select the whole thing. Okay, so I go beyond. That's the whole thing that I want. I do yank with the Y, and then I move to the end of the next line using J to take me down, and then $sign to put me at the end. And then I paste the text Did I select it? Oh, it didn't work. Oh, it's because I didn't select the space. That was my bad. Okay. Let me just fix this by doing insert and putting in a space. There we go. You can always recover, right? I neglected to include this space in what I selected using the visual mode. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to navigate down. I'm going to go on. Okay. If you want to yank one word, YW. Whole line, YY. Okay. Sometimes that's what you want to do. Grab an entire line. Okay. Okay. Now setting options. Let's see. I mean, we can go through an exercise and do this. Oops, I screwed up. Sorry about that. Let me search now for setting. Nope, didn't do it. Okay, let me go back. Undo. There we go. Okay, I need to. Oh, here we go. Set option. Good. Okay. J. Okay. Okay, if you want, you can ignore the case of the word you're searching for if you want to. I think I'm going to skip this one in particular. I would suggest that you read through it yourself to look at it, okay? This is one where you're really getting in the weeds here, okay? Like, you can say, yes, I want to consider case, yes?
What's the shortcut to go one word back?
To go one word back?
Like W bit in reverse.
Oh, gosh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, because to go back, I know that it's H to go back to the left, but I don't know how to do that. Let's see. To go forward one word is W, but I don't know how to go back. Okay. Sorry, and that's something that I think would be very useful to do, though. B, does B go back? B goes back. So how about BW? BW? Nope. WB? WB? Nope, that doesn't seem to work. Okay, so B will take you back. Ah, just B takes you back one word. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So plain old B will take you back one word at a time. Okay, thank you for telling me that, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, so B. Back one word at a time. Great. Okay. All right. So as I say, the business of deciding whether you want to ignore case when you're searching for things, you can read through this to do that if you wish. Maybe it's something that you'll need because you have too many instances of a variety of ways that something could be capitalized that you need to work on in a file. If you want to set this is at the end of lesson 6. So I encourage you to look at that if that ever is something that you think will be useful to you. Okay. So going through here, I want to focus on the things I think will be very generally, very frequently useful. Okay. And very powerful too, like opening up a new line, appending, being able to copy and paste text by yank and put, okay, and then replacing multiple characters, okay. All right. Getting help, okay. So this is helpful, I think, too. You want to be able to figure out what's going on, like if you're trying to figure something out about Vim, right? There are different ways that you can do it. Okay, I will tell you that pressing the F1 key that's mentioned here, the second option, does work if you want to do that. Okay, you can press F1 and that will put you into this mode. Okay, let me see, I'm trying to think of how to get out of it though.
It's just colon quit.
Colon, oh yeah, that's right.
Q.
Q. Yep, okay, so if you want to leave, it's colon Q, okay? You can type help like this, colon help, and that will also put you in here. And again, if you want to leave, it's colon Q, okay? And so you can type help And then you can ask about anything like, I can put B in here, okay, like that was something I didn't know about, right? The backward movement to the end of the word, right? And it gives an explanation of what B does, what its properties are. So that's just an example of what you can find in help, okay? All right, let's go down. J. Creating a startup script. Okay, this is something that I want to talk to you about, but we'll talk about this. You already have a startup script on your computer. We'll look at that after we finish this tutorial, okay? So we're just going to zoom through this right now. Let's keep going down, and I will explain to you how that works. We'll look at it, okay? And then completion. Command completion, you can use tab complete here as well if when you're typing commands, okay? Just like you would if you're doing commands here and you want to do something like ls-lt, let's see, jan tab, tab completion, maybe it doesn't work. Okay, so apparently it doesn't work. That's in.
You're not using the exclamation point?
I'm not using the what?
The exclamation point?
That's my problem. Sorry about that. Okay, bang, ls, tab. All right, there we go. Okay, so then it does work. All right, so tab complete works, but yes, I had to be in command mode with the bang. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, J down here. Completion works for many commands. Okay, so this is the end of the Vim Tutor. Okay, and the stuff that's right at the end is mostly about getting help, closing the help window, right? Tab completion. Okay, and that is the end. And so I'm going to exit now, quit. Oh yeah, that's right, I have to bang. Okay, let me do this a minute, I'm screwing this up. Hang on, J. Yep. It's colon Q bang. There we go. Okay, colon Q bang to get out. Now, I had said that I wanted to talk to you about this file. Let me find my notes on it first. Okay, so I'm going to do clear, okay, and enlarge this a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. So there's a file that we're going to cat now, okay, cat, and it is tilde, meaning it's home, okay, and it's a dot file, so it's not one that you ordinarily see, okay, so that's what the name of the file is, so it's .vimrc, okay, so let's look at this. The thing I want to draw your attention to are the first three lines, okay? So I deliberately talked to you about how to use the basic keys in Vim that are standard anytime you have Vim or VI installed on your computer. But there are some shortcuts that have been set up for you, okay? So you notice that in order to leave the insert mode, you had to keep hitting the escape key, right? Which, I don't know about you, but I hit with my pinky. It's up in the corner of the keyboard. It's a little bit annoying to have to do that. So what we have done on your computers is we've put in an additional way to effect what the escape key does, okay? And that is by typing J followed by K in quick succession. So we can try that out, okay? So instead of escape, right, you just type JK. So if I go back over here, okay, I'm going to open up a new window, and I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to go into Vim, not with the tutor, okay? Let me see if I can do that. I need to open up a terminal window over here. All right, I don't think I have anything on my desktop right now. I got to find something to look at. Okay, how about if we go to cd in R210 and I do ls*.txt. What do I have here? Okay, more buddies and stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and do Vim more buddies. Okay, so here I am. Okay, here are some of my buddies. Now, if I want to change one of these lines, okay, let's say I decide that I want to put in a city for each of my buddies here. Okay, I'm going to go W, oh, okay, yeah, W, 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 which is going to advance me word, word, word. Okay, and here I am. Whoops, it went too far. Back. No, great. Okay, I want to put in, I'm going to go into insert mode now. Insert mode, I'm going to type, let's see, San Diego, comma, California. Okay, so that's what I put in. Okay, I'm probably going to need to put in some, no, I'm going to do a different one. Nah, I'll leave it San Diego, it's fine. Okay, we'll just leave it San Diego, okay? And then let's say I want to get out of insert mode. Now, ordinarily I would hit escape, right? But I know, because I see this file that's showing in my left window, that if I type JK one after the other, I leave insert mode. I have to type them quickly, JK, okay? It's like double clicking on a mouse, right? You have to do them right away. So now I'm out of insert mode by typing that instead of hitting the escape key. You can still use the escape key, but you can also type JK, which might be a little more convenient, okay? Now I'm going to do J to go down to my next one, and then I'm going to go back, H, 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 and I'm going to put in here, let's see, Miami. I'll put in insert, Miami, Miami, comma, Florida, okay? And then again, I want to get out of insert mode, so JK, I'm out, okay? Yeah?
Is there any way to change the default movement keys from HJKL?
You sure can. You could. I wouldn't if I were you, though. That's risky. Here's the thing. You have it set up on this computer, right? It works on this computer because that's the file that sets up when you start Vim, right? When you start up. But if you go off and try to use it on a different computer, it's not going to be set up that way, right? It'll be set up with HJKL, okay? Personally, I found the HJKL non-intuitive. I didn't like it, okay? But I understand now, okay, having used a bunch of different editors, that the thing that makes it a winner is the proximity of the keys to each other. That's why. It's because they're right in the middle of the keyboard where your fingers are going to be. So when you get good at it, you don't even remember that it's HJKL anymore. You just put your fingers there and you just automatically hit things. So you can remap them if you want, but then you're going to get used to a non-standard version of Vim that's going to make it tricky for you to use Vim on any other computer. Okay? It means you'd have to set up this file on every single computer that you use, which you can do if you want, right?
Yeah.
But then, you know.
I would just move it over to one because then it's in line with home row.
I know. I've thought the same thing. Okay, like I took a typing class in high school, and I'm fine. I'm good at touch typing, but I'm like, why is it over there? Why isn't it over? I thought exactly what you thought. Yeah, I know. But I'm just warning you that if you do something that's wildly different, you may get to the point where you won't know how to do the basic stuff anymore, and you'll be kind of in trouble if you kind of use it on some other machine, or you don't have the ability or the time to set up this file. That's all, okay? But you can do what you want because, yes, you have the power to edit this file. I've shown this to you, these shortcuts that are on there. I've shown you the first one. It's up here, right? This one, okay? But there are other ones here. These are also shortcuts that you can use, okay? The thinking is that you're unlikely to want to type those sequences of characters in other circumstances, okay? So that it would be safe for you to put JK. Of course, it does mean just kidding, right, when you're texting, right? So there is that problem. But you're not going to be texting. This is going to be just in a file, right? You're not likely to put that in. You just have to type it more slowly, J followed by K, and then you'll be all right. Okay, anyway, so continuing on here. Now, let's just say I want to go down now. I'm going to go J down here, and I'm going to put in a city here. I'm going to put in, oh, I don't know. You know what I'm going to do? Let's go back now. H, okay, and then I'm going to go to insert mode, and let's give Moorhead some love. Okay, Moorhead. Okay, and now I want to get out of this, so I'm going to type JK. Okay, and I'm out. I didn't type escape, and now I would like to write the file and quit, okay? And you see, if you look over here to the mappings that I have highlighted, I don't have to type :WQ to do that because of what's in this file. I can just type WQ, okay? And look what appears at the bottom. It's as if I typed :WQ, right? It's a little faster. I don't have to use the colon. I'm done, okay? So those are 3 remappings that appear in this file for you. If you want to modify them, you can. If you want to be a complete maverick like Anthony and like totally remap the keys, you can do that too. Okay, you may regret it, but you can do what you want. Okay, you have the power to change this if you wish. If there are other shortcuts you want to add in, you can do that. The only thing I would caution you, okay, in doing that, you may find that you're going to have a problem, right? Let's see, if I go to, I have another directory here, so ENR 210-03, let's see, ls words. It's not a word list, I want words. I can't remember where it is though. I had it on my desktop and then I removed it and I don't know where I put it. The words file. I want to look at that. It's in, is it user shared? I don't remember where it is. Do you guys remember where the dictionary? Okay, and then words? Okay, there it is. All right, so there it is. Okay, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put that on my desktop. CP, because I want to show you some things, okay? Share dict, words, okay, and put it on the desktop, so tilde desktop, put it there, okay, and now it's over here. Okay, I'm going to move this window over here. I've got the words on my desktop. Okay, so here I am. Now remember what we've mapped, right? Okay, we're taking the keys JK. When I type that, that's supposed to be the same as an escape. Okay. So I'm going to grep for that JK in this dictionary. Where is it? Oh, I have to go to the dictionary. Sorry, CD. I'm not in the directory. Desktop. There we go. Okay. Grep JK words. Okay. So there's one word in this 250,000 line or entry dictionary that contains the sequence JK. All right, so it's not a very common one found in English. Okay, in fact, that's probably a borrow word, I would say, maybe from Dutch. I'm not sure where it's from, but I think that would be where it's from. Okay, and then also the WQ, right? Grep WQ words. Okay, there are a couple of things. You're not likely to talk about calquake, right? I mean, it's probably safe to use that as a shortcut that you can type while you're using Vim, right? Okay, and the same thing for the QQ. Since Q has to be followed by U in most words in English, it's going to be a borrow word from some other language. Okay, so those are safe. So think about that when you're contemplating changing this file. Okay, I'm not going to talk about what the other things do. I would advise you not to make any other changes, but if you want to make some changes to these or add some shortcuts, you can do that. But think about it first, all right? I would suggest that you use Vim for a while before attempting to do that, okay? All right, do you guys have any questions on anything that we've done up to this point? All right, okay, so this is all sort of the tools that you need to be able to go forward and write scripts to do computer-aided measurement, which is the name of the class, right? So now we're going to talk about how to pull things together and start writing scripts. We've done some writing of scripts already. Some very basic ones are just copying ones that we've looked at that have been written already. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about how we're going to do this. Just so you know, there's been a new chapter of the course notes that's been put on Canvas, and it's available there now. Oh, one more thing I should say before I go on to that. Let me just say one more thing, okay? I'm going to be putting an assignment on here that has to do with Vim Genius. I don't know if you've ever heard of Vim Genius, okay? Vim Genius is it's a website, vimgenius.com. I'll put a link to it, and it is a game, okay? It's a game that you can play, okay? And it will ask you what your Vim skill level is right now. Now, I'm going to put in that I'm a beginner, okay? And then it's going to talk about the commands that you're going to be practicing in here, okay? So you have different levels that you have to work through. So I'm going to ask that you play this game, and there's going to be an assignment associated with it. So it says move the cursor to the left. What do I have to do that? Well, that's H, okay? H is correct. Click and then enter. Close the file. Don't save changes. Q, bang, right? Correct. Enter. Continue, okay? You get the idea, right, that this is a game. So you'll look for the assignment to pop up on Canvas sometime in the next little while. I'll put it on there, okay? So that'll be the next thing you got to do, okay? So that's that. All right, now let me get back to this other thing. Scripts, right. So I've put something on Canvas now where you should be able to see bash scripts, okay, that's on there under course notes, under modules, all right? I did publish it. Why is it not showing up? It should show up. Yeah, right here, okay? I think that should be, yep, so you know what this looks like, right? Where I put the lecture recordings and I have the notes here. So I've just published that, so you should be able to see it. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next while. Let me just talk to you a little bit about this. The idea here is that you want to be able to write scripts that are going to be, where you're going to be able to do a bunch of different things, okay? Why? Well, scripts are useful, okay? They're very useful because it helps you to control your computer. Sometimes we've done stuff on the command line, right? We've done a bunch of things on the command line, and that's been good for a lot of simple things, but once things get more complicated, it just gets to be a bit too much. I'm gonna shut this down now, okay? So, you know, as you saw this, right? Things would get more and more complex, the line gets longer and longer, it starts wrapping around, and then we have this very complicated thing. And so it's a little bit harder to see the structure of the code when that happens. So we want to be able to use scripts and put them in files so we can see better what's going on. And then we also like to be able to reuse some of the things that we write, okay? And then the most powerful thing is to be able to take some script that you write and then make it very general so that it doesn't just work for one file that you make, it works for multiple files, okay? So that's the kind of stuff that we're going to be doing. So let's start by making a new file. I'm going to go to my desktop, okay, and I'm going to say Vim sub, okay? So I'm making a new file. There's nothing called sub. I'm just making this now. You don't see it yet on my desktop because I haven't saved it, okay? But here I am, and it says new at the bottom, right? Okay? So what I would like to do is I would like to make a file here where I do the following. I'm going to just start typing. I need to go into insert mode. Echo, okay? This is a test, okay? Period. And I want to put that into a file called file.txt, okay? The next thing I want to do is I want to cat that file, file.txt, okay? And I want to pipe it to sed, okay? And I want to substitute, test, okay, quiz. And I want to do it for all instances of that string, okay? And then I want to do file.out. Okay. Now, when we were doing stuff on the command line, this is the kind of thing we would type, right? And we would enclose the part that we wanted to give to sed in the single quotes, okay? We don't have to do that anymore. If there are no special characters in that particular set of characters that we want to give to sed, okay? So when we're doing things within a file, we're less likely to put the single quotes around. If we really need to quote it, we'll use double quotes. So I'm going to go back now. I got to get out of insert mode, so I'm going to type JK. Here I am. I'm out of insert mode. Okay, and then I'm going to go back with the B. Okay, back, and then I'm going to do L. Oops, nope, wrong. H. Okay, now I'm on top of this. I want to delete this character, so I'll use X to delete it. Okay, and then I'm going to go back. You notice how it considers things between slashes to be a word, right? Okay, and then I'm going to go back one more character with H, and then I'm going to use X to delete that. Okay, so now I have this set up. So the beginning part of this, the cat, the file.txt, and then the vertical bar, the pipe, okay, those are all bash, that's all bash code, right? The sed part is stuff that I'm using that has to do with sed, okay? And then the direct arrow, the greater than arrow, and the file out, that's all bash, okay? So we have this sed command that's embedded in here, all right? Now, this is all I want to put in here for now, okay? So I'm going to save this now. So I'm going to type WQ. I didn't put a colon in because this is one of those shortcuts that's set up, WQ, okay? Enter. All right, so now I look, and on my desktop, I have this file called sub, right? So I'm going to cat it, cat sub. There it is, okay? Just exactly what I typed, right? Okay, now I would like to execute this, right? Let me just do ls. So there it is. I've got sub, I've got words, right? Do you guys remember how to make a file executable? What do you type? Schmod, and then what? Plus X, and then the name of the file, okay? Now when I do that and I do ls, you'll notice that the color of sub has changed. It's now bright green, okay? It tells it's an executable, right? Okay, so we've done that, and now I would like to just type sub, okay, and have it run, okay? Didn't work, okay? So, why?
Need to do period slash.
Yeah. So when you try to execute a command, bash looks in a few directories. Okay, it looks in various binary directories. It doesn't look in your home directory. It doesn't. It does. That's not what it's not one of the ones it searches for. So in order for you to execute it, you do have to tell it, well, it's here. Okay, here, sub. The dot means here, where I am. Okay, sub. Okay, so it just executed, and now I have a new file on my desktop. Okay, file dot txt. Okay. Oh, wait, no. So it's not found. Wait, what's that?
Cat or
Wait, cat? Oh, yeah, that's right. Cat? That's right. Duh, sorry. Whoops, cat. I'm really losing it here, sorry. Okay, all right, so there we go. It worked. All right, so now the words, this is a test, have been printed into this file. And that's fine, but, you know, it's kind of specific to this file, right? It might be nice to make this a little bit more general. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go back into this file and edit it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, it's called sub, right? And I want to open up some space here. Open. Whoops, it didn't do what I wanted. So I'm going to undo. Whoops, it doesn't undo. Okay, I'm in insert mode, that's why. Okay, I got to get out of insert mode, JK. All right, and I'm going to undo. I want to go above, so I have to do Shift O. Okay, I want to do that. I want to explicitly have set this up as a bash shell script. Okay, so I go sharp, okay, and then the bang, and then I type /bin/bash. Okay, I'm in insert mode, so I've got that set up, right? Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is the following. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Give me a second, I gotta make sure I do this correctly. Okay, I'm gonna type file. I'm setting up a variable called file, and I'm setting it equal to $3. Okay, so now I need to talk to you a little bit about this. You can set up a script where you can refer to $number, okay, and what these are the things that you type to the command line, the fields. Okay, so this implies that I'm going to be typing multiple things on the command line when I execute this, once I finish fixing this file, okay? Okay, so what I want to do now, okay, this is assuming that I have the words in a file already. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to now type echo $file, because now I have set up file as a variable, and now when I want to refer to it, I have to put a $sign in front of it, meaning tell me what's inside it, okay? And I want to do sed. I hope this works, because I'm sorry, I've got my notes a little bit bollocksed up here. I got to make sure I do this. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, instead, I'm going to do something else. Okay, sorry, I got to back up because we don't have enough time for me to finish this. Let me just go down and remove some stuff here. Okay, so DD, nope.
JKDD.
JKDD, thank you. DD, thank you, that's what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to change the line above as well. So I'm going to go K, and I'm going to do JKDD. All right, so here we go. Sorry, we're doing something else. Sorry about that. So I'm going to do insert mode, insert, there we go. My variable, okay, equals $1. Okay, and then I'm going to type on the next line, echo, my variable is, and then I'm going to put in $my variable. Okay, quote. Okay, and I'm going to pipe this through eSpeak. It's been we haven't heard from eSpeak in a while, right? So let's do this. Okay. Am I going to have an error? Why?
Line above, no space after the equal sign.
I need a space, no space after the equal sign?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I got to go to insert mode, JK, and then go up, K, and then up here, right there, X, get rid of it. Oops. Okay. Insert mode 1, right? Okay. So that should work, right? Okay, then JK, get out. Okay, I want to save this, so right, quit. Does everybody get this? So what do I have here? I have a file. I'll cat it so you can see it, okay? So cat sub. I called it sub, although it should be called something else. It doesn't really matter. Okay. When I want to execute this file now, what I have to do is type backslash, the dot slash, and then sub, and then I need to give it another word. Okay, so like if I put in hello, like that.
My variable is hello.
Okay, you can put whatever words you want there, and then hopefully yours will work as well. Okay,
My variable is my variable.
that's fine. Okay.
What was the command? Or the
Okay, so if you this here, this is what the text is that's in the file now. Stuff that I have highlighted there. Okay. So what happened? In order to get this to work correctly, we had to type sub and then give it some kind of word here. All right. When you give it the word, and you can put anything you want, right? You're giving it input, and that gets put into location 1. Okay, and then we sent that through eSpeak. We set it equal to a variable and set it equal to eSpeak. You didn't have to do that. We could have just said my variable is $1, and that would have worked too. Okay?
My variable is hello.
Great. Okay. All right, that's all we're doing today. Look for an assignment about Vim Genius, okay? And I'll see you guys next time.